Okay, hi everyone. My name is Yalith, and tonight I have you for the next 60 minutes for a slow flow class. We're going to be focusing on hip integration and just moving slowly, getting to the body, getting a strong foundation. For props tonight, you'll want to have 2 blocks or stacks of books or something nearby to bring the floor a little bit closer. I'll also be using a strap, and I always like to have a blanket nearby. So that's definitely not necessary. So if you have my playlist, you can go ahead and start that now. And we're going to go ahead and start in rock pose. I like to find a block under my hips to release some of the compression off of my knees. And as you come into this pose, finding your spine nice and tall, lifting up through the crown of your head. Allow your shoulders to roll back down your spine, to open through your heart. As you're ready, take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your nose, allowing your eyes to flutter closed. Notice the weight of your body and your hips, the places of contact with the earth. Maybe notice how shifting your body forward and back and side to side creates different sensations. And seeing if you can find the space where you can effortlessly suspend your spine sitting up tall with each vertebrae stacked on top of the neck. As you're here, taking a moment to check in with the physical body, noticing any areas of tension or ease, comfort or discomfort that you might want to give a little bit more love to today. Also, just coming to notice the quality of your thoughts, along with what you perceive to be your emotional and energetic body. Asking yourself how you feel in this present moment, without trying to change, fix, or judge anything. Just noticing what comes up with awareness. Is there anything that you can let go of or use this practice to let go of? As you're sitting here, taking nice deep inhales and exhales through your nose. Notice how the in-breath makes your belly expand. Notice the breath expanding into your front body, your back body, right side body, left side body. Maybe even expanding up and down towards your heart and your hips as your entire body fills with air. As you're ready, we'll start to take an Ujjayi breath. This is the victorious breath, and it will carry us through this practice. If you would like to join me, taking a deep inhale through your nose and exhale through an open mouth. Sensation being like you're fogging up a window. As you continue your breath, finding that same sensation of tension in the back of your throat on both the inhales and the exhales. creating an audible breath. I invite you to allow this breath to carry throughout your practice, helping you to coordinate breath to movement and movement to breath, giving you something to gently draw your attention back to if you're losing focus in the practice. I'm just going to stay long by your sides. Or if you'd like to join me, bringing hands to Anjali Mudra and Heart Center. I would invite you to set an intention for your practice this evening. Whether it's a goal that you have or a more abstract idea. Just be here. Whatever your intention is, can you turn it into a couple words of a mantra to carry throughout this class? Maybe be present, be open. Be kind to yourself. Whatever you need today. I'm going to cultivate that here with your hands at heart center. And eventually taking a deep breath in through your nose. And an exhale through your nose to set your intention into place. If you're ready, release your hands down by your sides and allow your eyes to flutter open. We'll start taking some gentle movement of the head, allowing your chin to release down towards your chest. Start taking some little half moons with your chin. Bring your chin from one shoulder to the other. Inhaling it towards your shoulder and using your exhale going through center. Already allow your breath to drive the movement in its pace and its quality. And really luxuriate through this, getting into any nooks and crannies in your neck. Eventually, if you'd like to deepen this movement a bit more, I'm thinking of bringing right ear to right shoulder. And then left ear to left shoulder. Again, the exhale brings your chin through center. And the inhale, you come up to one side and the other. And maybe if it feels good to you, eventually starting to take some big circles with your head. Maintain length in all sides of your neck in every part of the rotation so that you aren't crunching down on any places. Still allowing yourself to find length in this movement. And as you're ready, reversing that movement to the other side. Allowing the inhale to take your head back and your exhale to release your head down towards your chest. Take one more circle for an inhale and an exhale wherever you are. And on your next inhale, bring your head back up to center. Find a tall spine. Inhale both arms out in front of you. Exhale to cross right arm over your body, hooking it with your left arm. Maintain the length in your spine as you breathe into the space behind your right shoulder. Find energy in both fingertips. As you breathe here. As you're ready, take a deep inhale. And exhale to find a twist. Deepening the stretch behind your right shoulder and starting to engage your core here. Maybe gaze shifts over left shoulder as you find length in your inhales and deeper twist in your exhales. We'll stay here for one more inhale and one more exhale. And inhale back to center. And exhale to release your hands by your sides. Taking just a breath here to notice differences between right and left side body. As you move to the other side, inhale both arms in front. And exhale to cross your left arm over your body. Energizing through fingertips. Grow up a little bit taller in your spine. Allowing your sit bones to drill down into the block. Slightly tuck your chin for Jalandhara Bandha. Finding the most length in the back of your neck, stacking all of those vertebrae on top of each other. And stay here for another inhale to find extra length in the spine. And exhale to find a twist here. Gaze can shift over your right shoulder. And your breath is flowing here. Notice the sensation that this twist brings as you're breathing here. We'll stay for one more inhale and one more exhale. Your next inhale brings you to center, and exhale to release your hands by your side. Inhale, now taking both hands up overhead. Exhale to bend right arm so that fingertips reach down your back, and left hand comes to your right elbow, gently pressing it down. If Gomukhasana arms are part of your practice, that's an option to take here. But sometimes it's just nice to stay here, focusing on the length behind your right arm. Stay here for an inhale. And exhale to take a side body stretch, open through your right side body. Keep your core engaged so that you aren't arching into your back. Stay for one more breath in and a full exhale. And on your next inhale, come back up to center and exhale to release hands by your sides. We'll take that to the other side. Inhale, arms overhead, and exhale to release left fingertips down your back. Finding right hand to left elbow. Again, try to close your ribs, finding a long spine, not releasing into an arched back. Stay for an inhale here, and exhale to find a left side body stretch. Breath is flowing. As you energetically open through your rib cage. Stay for one more inhale and one more exhale. Inhale to come back to center, and exhale to release your arms to either side of your body. Take a moment here to circle your shoulders one way and then the other. As you're ready, move any props out of the way and we'll come forward into tabletop pose. Coming to find shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We'll start taking some cat and cow here. Inhale to drop your body, drop your belly, open through your chest, shift your gaze up. Draw your tail up to the sky. Exhale to press the floor away, coming into cat pose, rounding through your entire back, chin to chest. Inhale to cow, arching through your back, opening your shoulders. Exhale to press the floor away, round through your back, chin to chest. Taking a few more like that at your own breath pace. Trying to luxuriate through this movement. Again, allowing that Ujjayi breath to lead the movement. I'll be here for one more breath. And on your next inhale, coming to a neutral tabletop. Again, shoulders stacked over wrists, hips stacked over knees. As you're ready, we'll take 3 big hip circles in either direction, lifting your hip up behind you, opening it out to the side, and coming back down through center. Try and make these circles as big and luxurious as you can, starting to wake up all of the muscles that control the movement from the hip. Taking 3 circles in one direction, and eventually reversing the movement for 3 circles in the other direction. Noticing that your knee is pointing forward as you lift it to the side, and that it rotates to point down to the earth as you bring it to the back, taking one more like that. And eventually releasing the leg down to the mat and tabletop. We'll take the same thing to the other side. 3 big hip circles to one side. Making these nice and slow and controlled. Leading with the breath as you inhale to lift and exhale to come back down. And eventually reversing that movement in the other direction. Again, noticing the rotation of the hip and the knee as you move through this. Making it precise and intentional. And eventually coming back to a neutral tabletop. Take a moment to circle around your hips, moving your tailbone back over your heels, and then coming forward over your wrists. And eventually reversing that movement in the other direction. When you're ready, finding a neutral tabletop. Inhale to extend the right leg back behind you, and take some subtle movement, pushing into that ankle, trying to warm up all of those little joints in the foot and ankle. As you're ready, inhale, lift your leg up off the ground, extending leg back energetically as if you were trying to step on the wall behind you. Stay here for an inhale, and exhale to pull knee to nose, pressing the floor away, thinking cat pose. Inhale to extend, and an exhale, staying here. Engage Uddiyana Bandha, hugging your navel up to spine so that your back remains straight. On your next inhale, lift your left arm up over the mat, thumb points up, as you find equal energy pulling forward through the arm and back through the leg. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Again, press the floor away energetically. Inhale to extend, and exhale here. Our next inhale, move your arm and leg a few inches out to the side, and exhale to bring them back to the midline. We'll take that 2 more times. Inhale, and exhale to center. 1 more inhale. Exhale to center. Stay for 1 more inhale here, and exhale, everything comes back to the mat. Take a moment of any movement to release that movement that we just did. And as you're ready, we'll take it to the other side. So inhaling to extend left leg back behind you. Take a moment to press through your ankle, finding a stretch in your calf, maybe under your toes. Allowing your breath to be full. On your next inhale, lift your left leg up off the ground, energizing through your foot as if you could step on the wall behind you. Staying here for an inhale. Exhale to find knee to nose, pressing the floor away, think cat pose. Inhale to extend. And exhale to pause here. On your next inhale, right arm floats up off the ground, thumb pointing up to the sky. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Again, pressing the floor away. Inhale to extend. And exhale, pausing here. Again, on your inhale, moving leg and arm a few inches out to the side. And exhale back to center. We'll take that 2 more times. Inhale to open. Exhale to hug everything back to the midline. 1 more inhale. Exhale to center. Stay for 1 more inhale here. And exhale, everything comes down to the floor. Take an inhale here, and on your exhale, melt back into child's pose. Take a moment to relax here. Stay for 1 more inhale. And 1 more exhale. On your next inhale, come back to tabletop. Come to tuck your toes as you're in your tabletop. Stay here for an inhale. Exhale to press into the floor and hover your knees just off of the floor. Stay for an inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale, release knees to the floor. We'll take it out 2 more times. Inhale to hover knees off. Exhale, hover knees off the floor. Press the floor away. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale, knees release. Take a cow pose to counter. And on your next exhale, again, press the floor away, knees hover. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, press back, downward facing dog. Find your feet hips width distance apart at the back of your mat. And take a moment of conscious movement here, pedaling through your feet. Maybe taking some rotation, turning your knees into the middle of the mat 1 at a time. Or a big bend in both knees to dial your hips up further towards the sky. Coming to find equal weight in arms and legs as you claw your finger pads down into the earth to give you more stability. Eventually find a moment of stillness in your downward facing dog. Breath is flowing. Inhale to rise up high on your toes. Look to the front of your mat, and at the bottom of your exhale, step forward between your hands. Release your head and neck into this forward fold. Find opposite hand to opposite elbow for ragdoll. Head, neck, shoulders heavy to the earth. Maybe swaying a little bit back and forth. Stay here for 1 more inhale. And exhale to release your arms down to the earth. Deeply bend your knees, and on your inhale, how slowly can you roll up to Tadasana mountain pose? 1 vertebrae at a time, allowing shoulders to roll down your spine. Palms face forward. Energize through your fingertips down to the floor. Take a moment here to tune back into your breath and have a couple blocks nearby as we start to flow. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, deep bend in your knees, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Finding blocks under your hands, coming to a flat back, finding a straight line from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Exhale to fold, move your blocks back a couple inches and take a large right step back into a runner's lunge. Extend through your leg, open through your shoulders. Stay here for a breath. Can you find your hips even and stability through your legs as if you could float your hands up off the blocks? Stay here for one more inhale. Exhale to release knee and foot down to the mat. Inhale here, pressing into the blocks to open your heart. Gaze shifts up. Stay for one more inhale. And one more exhale. On your inhale, tuck your toes back behind you. Energize through your knee. Bend your right knee and take a large right step forward to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, upward salute, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll take that to the other side. Inhale, arms overhead, Ardha Hastasana, upward salute. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Release your head and neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, move the blocks back a couple inches and take a large left step back into a runner's lunge. Open through your chest, stabilize through your hips. Pull your left hip a little bit forward and right hip a little bit back. Stay for the breath. So you take one more inhale here and exhale to release knee and foot to the floor. Inhale to press into the blocks, opening your chest. For a variation of knee down crescent. Breathe here. Do stay for one more inhale. And one more exhale. Tuck your toes, inhale to lift your knee, coming back to runner's lunge. Deeply bend your back knee and take a large left step forward to the front of your mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift and exhale to fold. Inhale, Ardha Hastasana, upward salute. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Moving blocks away as we continue flowing. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to fold. Option to continue using the blocks. If not, finding hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, step back, plank pose. Stay for the breath. In. And exhale to release knees and feet to the floor. And lower all the way down to your belly. Elbows hug into your sides. Hands reposition under shoulders. Inhale to peel yourself up into cobra pose. Traction elbows back to your hips, open through your chest. Gaze shifts up. Stay here for an inhale. Exhale to release down to the floor. Inhale through tabletop. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment in your downward facing dog to breathe. Maybe look under one armpit and then the other. Taking any other conscious movement here. Inhale to rise up high on your toes, look to the front of your mat, and take tiny steps in between your hands. Forward fold, Uttanasana, release your head and neck and shoulders. Everything heavy to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms overhead, Ardha Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're continuing into a sun B variation. Step your feet together so big toes touch. And as you're ready, hands brush down and up overhead as you sink hips back into chair pose. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Toes are free here. Inhale and exhale. Take one more inhale here, reaching up through your fingertips a little bit more. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, step back, plank pose. Stay for an inhale here. Exhale to release knees and feet to the ground and slowly lower all the way to your belly. Inhale to cobra pose. Exhale down to your belly. Inhale to table. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, float your right leg up off the mat and exhale to take a large right step forward between your hands. Spin your back foot down and inhale to rise to warrior one. Hips are facing the front of the space as you deeply bend into your right knee. Maybe adjusting your stance so that feet are wide on train tracks, giving you more stability here. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, goal post your arms, open your chest. Exhale, hands come down, finding the floor. Rotate back foot down so that your knee is facing the floor. Take a deep bend in your left knee and step forward to the front of your mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. Again, head, neck, shoulders heavy, letting everything release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. And exhale, hands to heart center. Again, taking that to the other side. Feet can step a little bit closer together. Fingertips brush down as you sink your hips back deeply. Coming into chair pose, toes are free as if they could lift off the mat. Engage your core to hug lower back up to the sky so that you don't arch into your back. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, sink your hips a little deeper. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. One more inhale to extend through your fingertips. Exhale to fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Take a large step back into plank pose. Stay for an inhale. Exhale to release knees and feet to the floor and slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Hands are placed under shoulders. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, releasing down to the mat. Inhale through tabletop. And exhale, downward facing dog. Feet at hip width distance apart at the back of your mat. Inhale to lift left leg up off the mat and exhale to take a large left step forward between your hands. Spin your back heel down and inhale to rise, warrior one. Take a moment to smile here as you extend energetically up through your fingertips. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, goal post your arms, opening your chest. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Rotate your back leg so that knee is pointing down to the mat. Deeply bend right knee. And on your exhale, take a large step forward to the front of your mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let everything go. Take a moment to breathe here. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. And exhale to release hands to heart center. Breathe here. And as you're ready, release hands by your sides into Tadasana, mountain pose. If you'd like to join me, come to find your blocks about hip width distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. We're going to come to stand on both blocks, bringing your left foot, attention to your left foot, shifting weight over onto it. You come to release right foot down to the floor. If you don't feel stable on blocks, there is definitely the option to take this on the floor. Hands can come to heart center here or remain by your sides. As you inhale to find extra length in your supporting leg, flexing through your right toes, maybe bringing them a little bit to the front. Exhale to tap your right heel down to the mat, hovering just above, and inhale to rise up. You have 4 more like that. Exhale to tap right heel to the mat. Inhale, coming up. to a small movement. Exhale, coming down. Inhale to rise, pressing into your left heel. Exhale, down. Inhale to rise, one more. Exhale. Inhale, coming up. Stay here. Feel the engagement of your left leg. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, knee bends and shoots back as if you are going towards warrior three, keeping it low to the ground. Taking 3 more like that. Inhale, front. Exhale, back. Inhale to front. Option to come out of the pose if you need to. Exhale, back. Inhale, front. Exhale to the back. Eventually coming to find your right leg back to neutral. And on an exhale, find your right leg to the other block. Releasing through your right foot as you bring awareness now to the right foot. Finding it strong onto the block. Feel all 4 corners of your foot pressing down for Pada Bandha. And shifting weight onto the right foot, eventually releasing left foot. The hands can come to heart center as we take the same thing on the other side. Exhale to tap left heel down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale to bend. Inhale, extend. It's very normal for one leg to be a lot harder than the other. Inhale, coming up. Exhale to bend. Inhale, up. 2 more like that. Exhale. Inhale. Subtle movement. Exhale. Inhale, coming up. Extend your leg forward. For your inhale, feeling the engagement of right leg. Exhale to brush back as if heading towards warrior three. Inhale. Exhale, press back. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale, press back. 1 more inhale. And exhale, press back. Inhale to bring left leg back by your right. And exhale to step it down onto the block. And come to release the block, stepping back to your mat. Coming to find feet at hips width distance in Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, deep bend in the knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, step back, plank pose. Stay for the inhale. Exhale to release knees and feet to the ground and slowly lower chest, chin, and belly down to the earth. Reposition hands, inhale to cobra. Exhale to melt back to the earth. Inhale to table. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment in your downward facing dog to release your calves. Release your entire back body as your heart melts forward towards your thighs. If you'd like to bend both knees, coming to the ground, taking a moment to stretch out the bottoms of your feet. This can generate a lot of heat very quickly. Tucking your toes. And eventually, we meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale to rise up high onto your toes, look to the front of your mat. And at the bottom of your exhale, take tiny steps in between your hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms overhead, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking 1 more round of balancing. If you'd like to join me, coming to step feet together at the front of your mat, big toes touch. Squeeze your legs together for stability. And when you're ready, release hands to either side of you in Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale to pull right knee up, going into Ekapada Tadasana, one-legged mountain. Stay for an inhale here. Exhale to deeply bend the left knee, kicking your right leg back into warrior three. Stay for an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, coming back up, one-legged mountain. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, shifting back, warrior three. Stay for the inhale. And the exhale. Inhale, knee coming back up. Stay for a few more breaths here. More and more breath in. And exhale to release right leg down to the earth. Resist the urge to shake out your left leg as you prepare to take the same thing on the other side. Feet come together at the top of your mat, big toes touch, hugging legs together for stability. Arms come to either side, energizing through fingertips. As you take an inhale, coming up to one-legged mountain. Standing tall on your supporting leg. Exhale, hands come to heart center as you press back, warrior three. Stay for an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, coming back up, one-legged mountain. Standing for a breath. On your exhale, press back, warrior three. Press energy into your palms to balance. Inhale, coming back up. Stay for a breath. And one more time, exhale to warrior three. On your inhale, coming back up, suspending in one-legged mountain pose for one breath. And exhale to release right left leg down to meet right. Release both of your feet. We'll take one more flow, kind of similar to that. Inhale to lift right leg after stepping your feet together. Exhale to press back, warrior three. Inhale and exhale. We'll be here for a few breaths. If you need to come out of the pose and step back up, that's a great option. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. On your next inhale, bend deeply into left knee, step back, crescent lunge. Arms sweep up overhead, finding a back bend. Stay for the breath. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Deeply bend right knee and take a large right step to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Let everything go here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Eventually releasing hands to your sides in Tadasana mountain pose. Your next inhale, draw left knee up to your chin, knee towards your chest. Open through your chest, feeling confident here. Exhale to press back, warrior three. We'll be here for a few breaths. As you bend right knee, try and send it over your little toes. You keep breathing. For one more inhale and one more exhale. On your inhale, deeply bend right knee and step back into crescent lunge. Finding a back bend, stay for an inhale. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Deeply bend left knee and step to the front of your mat, forward fold. Release your head and neck. Let everything go here. As you're ready, walk your hands forward as if heading into downward dog. Maybe coming to tented fingertips as your weight stays in your legs. And if you'd like to join me, deeply sinking hips down. You're gonna find a little release in the ankles here. If this isn't calling to you, find another way to slowly come to sit down on the mat. As you're ready, you'll want to have two things nearby. First, you want a strap and a block. If you don't have a block, you can use a rolled up blanket or something else for this. And as you're ready, come to release down onto your back. We're taking some different variations of bridge pose. So we'll start with a block in between your legs, hugging your knees. You want the block on its smallest setting between your knees. Feel your hips as you Squeeze your knees together into the block. Stay here for an inhale, and exhale to press into the floor and lift your hips up high. We'll be here for 5 breaths. Feeling the insides of your legs working. Stay for one more inhale, lifting hips a little bit higher. And exhale to release hips back to the floor. Move your block out of the way. And briefly come up to sit to prepare for the next part of this. We're now taking a strap. You want to find it into a big loop. So you have a strap with these D-rings. You want to take the end of your strap through both and come back through only the second one to get a nice firm loop. And you want to make this loop pretty tight. Eventually coming to find the loop around your knees and tightening it around your knees. It should feel pretty secure. Ideally finding knees at hip distance and finding the strap at a place where you can press into it without it moving, but it's not going to go slack either. And as you're ready, again, releasing back onto your back. Release your shoulder blades down your spine. Stay for an inhale, and on an exhale, press your knees out into the strap as you lift your hips up into another variation of bridge pose. Trying to pull knees apart from each other for an isometric contraction here. We'll be here for 5 breaths. Take one more inhale, lifting hips a little bit higher. And exhale to release down to your back. Go ahead and remove the strap and send it off to the side. We're going to take one more bridge pose just as normal with no props. I invite you to notice the difference as feeling this pose as you stay on your back for an inhale. Exhale to press feet into the floor as you lift your hips. Can you find a combination of the sensations of squeezing in on the block and pressing out into the strap in this pose? Again, we'll take 5 breaths here. One more inhale to press even further, lift hips a little bit more, and exhale to release down to the knees. Bring your legs up, taking your knees wide, thinking wide-legged child's pose on your back. Maybe bringing hands to your ankles, thinking as if you were going towards happy baby, but not really going there. Just finding a moment here for your back to neutralize. Your shoulders fall away from your ears. And as you're ready, use your arms to gather your knees in towards your chest. Giving them a little squeeze, rock back and forth, up and down your mat. And when you're ready, we'll take some rolls up and down the spine. Go ahead and get some momentum, lifting your hips. And coming up onto your sit bones. Can you balance here for a minute? Flowing through that with your breath a few times, allowing your back to release. Maybe rolling to the left or right side of your spine. And when you're ready, come to suspend on your hips, hovering feet off the mat into boat pose variations. Hands can come to the back of your legs. Maybe your legs float up to be parallel with the floor. Maybe hands extend long. Maybe legs extend long. Maybe arms come up overhead. Wherever you are, 5 breaths. Exhale 1, inhale. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale, coming down to low boat if you can. Extending hands in front of you. Stay for one more inhale here. And exhale to release everything down to your back. If you've come out of the center of your mat, readjust so that you are in the center of your mat, finding knees pointing up to the sky. And as you're ready, go ahead and cross your right ankle over your left knee. Take a moment to press right knee open with your right hand. This might be enough right here, and it's a great place to stay. If you'd like, come to pull your left knee in towards your chest for a figure 4 stretch. Hands can come either around your shin or around the back of your thigh. Maybe you rock back and forth a little bit, releasing that hip. Maybe you press your right shin into your left knee to activate the stretch a little bit. Breath is still flowing and full. Stay for one more inhale. And exhale to release your left foot and your right foot down to the mat, knees point up. Take a moment to notice differences between right and left side body. And when you're ready, come to cross left ankle over right knee. Press your left knee away with your left hand. And maybe this is your place to stay. Maybe you come to lift your right knee up towards your chest, finding hands either around your shin or around the back of your right thigh. And again, shifting a little bit back and forth to find any sweet spots. Keeping energy through your left foot to protect your ankle. Breath is flowing. We'll stay here for one more inhale. And exhale to release feet down to the mat, knees point up. Take a moment to windshield wiper your knees from one side to the other, releasing your lower back and hips. And eventually come to pause back with your knees pointing up to the sky. When you're ready, pull your right knee in towards your chest. Give it a squeeze. And we're going to come into a half happy baby here, finding your right hand to the outside or inside of your right foot. And letting your right knee release down towards the earth on the side of you. Moving however it feels good here. As we stay for one more inhale. And one more exhale. Inhale to extend your right leg up overhead. Find your hands anywhere behind the right leg for a hamstring stretch. Wherever you are, can you press your leg into your hands for a little bit of a resistance stretch? Breath is flowing, allowing your shoulders to further drop away from your ears. Can you extend energy up through your right heel? As you root your hip down into the mat. Keep breathing here. When you're ready, go ahead and bend your right knee. Give it a squeeze into your chest again. Go ahead and shift your hips a couple inches to the right before you extend your left leg out long. Take your right knee into your left hand as you gently pull it across your body into a reclined twist. Only once your legs have stopped moving, maybe gaze shifts over right hand. Maybe thinking of the imagery of wringing out your spine like a wet towel. Releasing. Maybe right hand comes to right knee, just to gently guide it down towards the mat. The right shoulder is heavy to the mat. As you keep breathing here, let everything relax, let everything go. And when you're ready, shift your gaze back up towards the sky. Pull your right knee further in towards your chest as you slowly roll back onto your back, coming to find both feet on the ground, knees pointing up to the sky. We'll take that same sequence on the other side, coming to pull left knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze, moving it, massaging it back and forth in the joint. As you're ready, come to find left hand to the outside or inside of your left foot for half happy baby. Allowing your knee to release down towards the floor as your breath is flowing. Keep breathing here. Stay for an inhale and an exhale. Inhale to extend left leg up overhead. Finding a hamstring stretch, go ahead and find your hands anywhere to the back of your left leg. When you're there, finding a little bit of resistance, pressing left foot into your hands. Keep your breath flowing and big. We'll stay here for one more inhale. And exhale to bend your leg. Go ahead and shift your hips a couple inches over to the left before you extend the right leg out long. Take your left hand with your left knee with your right hand, and gently pull it across your body for a reclined twist. As your legs finish moving, maybe right hand comes to rest on top of the left leg to gently guide it towards the floor. And maybe once your legs are still, your gaze shifts over your left arm. Allowing the breath to be full here as you release into the floor. Stay for one more inhale. And one more exhale. Our next inhale, bring your gaze back up to the sky. And slowly pull your left knee in towards your chest as you roll back onto your back. Again, coming to find both feet to the ground, knees pointing up for one more time. Take a moment again to windshield wiper legs from one side to the other. Maybe taking arms out wide to a T. Take a few more breaths to take anything else that would feel good to you in a cool down fashion. And as you're ready, we'll come into Shavasana. If you aren't there already, moving towards Shavasana. Extend your legs long, allowing your feet to fall open to one side and the other. Shoulder blades walk down your back, broadening through your chest. As your arms relax to either side of your body, palms face up. And one more time here, come to tune into your breath. Taking deep inhales and full exhales. And your next breath, take a full inhale. And with your exhale, release all control, allowing the eyes to close and the breath to return to its natural rhythm. Allow your body to sink into the floor, as if you could feel the sun on your skin, allowing that warmth to melt your body, sinking deeper and deeper into the pose. Is there any way that you can relax into this pose 10% more? The whole body relaxed. Come to notice any differences in the physical, thinking, emotional, and energetic body from the beginning of class to right now, without judgment, just observing what this practice has done in your body. And eventually release all focus altogether and just be here. One day you finally knew what you had to do and began. Though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice, though the whole house began to tremble and you felt the old tug at your ankles. Mend my life, each voice cried, but you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do, though the wind pried with its stiff fingers at the very foundations. Through their melancholy was terrible. It was already late enough on a wild night, in the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, as you left their voices behind, the stars began to burn through the sheets of clouds, and there was a new voice which you slowly recognized as your own, that kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save. As you're ready, start to deepen your breath. Invite subtle movement back into the body, wiggling fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles. Maybe rocking your head back and forth against the mat. And if it's calling to you, taking a big morning stretch. As you're ready, come to roll onto your right side, using your right arm as a pillow. Take a moment on your side to reflect on class. And come to find a moment of gratitude to yourself for showing up on your mat today, to your body for carrying you through this practice, and for this practice and everything that it has to offer us on and off the mat. As you're ready, press into your left hand to come up to sitting. Hands can come to your knees, or if you'd like to join me, bringing hands to Anjali Mudra, prayer pose at heart center. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of truth, of light, and of peace. When you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, we are one. If you'd like to join me, bringing thumb knuckles to third eye center, we'll seal this practice with the blessing of Namaste. Namaste. Thank you for your practice.